how you doing? So this is so bizarre because this isn't Adobe Garamond Pro. I'll swear this is Bodoni. I mean, if I'm able to recognize this font, this typeface from your sketch, then it's saying an awful lot about your sketch. It's gorgeous. The sketch is just beautiful, but I'm definitely 99% positive this is Bodoni. I'll show you Bodoni in a second. I'll show you Garamond Pro too. Well, let's look at Garamond Pro right now. This is what was in that file that you downloaded for this week. So, we can take a look and let's take a look at the F. Let's take a look at the F. You can see the F there. And let me just how can I do? Oh, there we go. Trying to fit this in here so we can see that. That is definitely not the same F, right? Okay, these serifs, these flat serifs, are indicative of modern typefaces from last week. Remember, not the Garamond Pro. It's a different family altogether. So hang on one second. Sorry about that. Anyway, the modern serifs are completely different than what we would see in an old style. What happened? It just closed on me. Okay, hang on one second. All right, hopefully we got it now. Modern technology is just kicking my butt here. All right, so as I was saying, this F is completely different. We can clearly see bracketed serifs over here, modern serifs over here. Everything about it is different. So I don't know how you got this. As I was saying, let's take a look at Bodoni and we'll see. This is Bodoni right here. Okay, and that definitely looks more like what let me see the N. Yeah, I'm betting that's Bodoni that you're using. So I don't know how you got that. I really don't. I have no idea how you got that downloaded, but it's weird. So let me know if you wouldn't mind. Let me know. I'm really curious. I'll need to do some troubleshooting if that's the file that you downloaded. At any rate, what we have here is we've got some pretty darn good craft. I think let's take a look. Well, let's take a look at your kerning, and we could use this same exercise. It's a different. I like for the final. I want you to make sure that you submit that Adobe Garamond Pro. But for this is fine for this. You don't have to resubmit this. Kerning is really good. This F is pretty far from the I. You want to get that in. You got room to tuck that in there. You're going to watch that space right there with that F. That's going to get to a point with that dot on the end. It's going to get to a point where it's going to start looking really bizarre. So you don't want to go too close. That looks pretty good. Maybe even close that down a little bit. The curves, where the curves are coming into a negative space, you can really close that down a little bit more because that curve is going to indicate an optical illusion, creating that negative space between the R and the E being larger than it actually is. Let's tuck that in there to get rid of that possibility. Looks great. Looks that again, that curve coming against the straight. Again, you can tuck that in there a little bit. Don't worry about the serif. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and tuck that in there. Close that down a little bit. The word spacing between the word fire and the word and ice is inconsistent. This almost looks like there's no word space in it at all, but just extra kerning. So watch that. That should be a capital I. Watch that. Kerning here looks very good. Again, you have curves on straights and curves on curves. So both of those can get tucked over a little bit. Other than that, I think you're fantastic. Hey, John, let me know about that. I'm really curious as to how you got this Bodoni as opposed to the Garamond Pro. Let me know. All right, thanks, man. Good job.